And I said it yesterday, but I'm not sure how many people heard me, and I want to contextualize it again. This country has been tested in the last 18 months in ways that have been untraditional. We have had the worst pandemic that the world has seen in 102 years. We've had the worst ashfall that this country has seen in 119 years. And we've had the first and worst hurricane in 66 years. We are doing all of this against a decade of implosion economically, which led to our having to undergo debt restructuring and enter an IMF program. It is the challenge of a generation. It is the challenge that this nation must embrace if we are to build forward for our children and grandchildren a better and stronger nation than that which we inherited. I have every confidence that we are up to that challenge. And the truth is that with each one, I see a side of Barbadians, and I see an empathy, and I see a desire to fight, and I see a resilience, and I see a consideration that some may argue even that this has brought out the best in who we are, and in a very real sense, if we do nothing else as we leave this moment in time to hopefully better times, we remember and recall that this is why we need to stay grounded and to value the things that we value most and not those that we became distracted with globally and nationally with respect to how life is to be lived. That is why we hear people talk about building forward better. That is why we talk about building in green, a green recovery. That is why we talk about protecting the blue economy and our reefs and things that have gone. All of these things are the things that we are going to be fighting for. But above all else, the empathy and the care that we are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. And that, as Cynthia said earlier, today for me and tomorrow for you. And as we heard, as we talked, a lot of the people who got help, in every instance, what did the neighbors tell us? Man, we could have left him, because he was there for us, so and so. Or the man who tiled the lady's house and told her, don't worry, when you can pay me, if it takes 2 years, 4 years, you pay me. She rescued him thereafter. In every instance, it is the quality of relationships within families and the quality of relationships within communities and the quality of relationships among friends that has made the absolute difference with how people walk away from each of these three disasters: the pandemic, the ashfall, and now Hurricane Elsa. And I ask this country to remember we will never have 100% consensus. But let us focus and fix the things that we can fix. And let us recognize, and for those who feel that this is a silly season, I say don't turn a brush. Don't turn a brush. Because if you feel that this is a silly season, and that I have that luxury to be distracted by a silly season, when Bajans don't have houses, or when Bajans are fighting COVID, or when Bajans are fighting to clean up ash, then I say you are welcome to the delusions in your head, and I have nothing more to say. But for the rest of Barbados who are ready to work and ready to put this country back on a track that allows us to continue to stand tall, because we stand tall in terms of what we want and our comments and our values, etc. But we've been hit. And the best way to deal with a hit is to dust yourself off and get back up and continue the march and the battle. And I have every confidence that this is who we are and this is what we shall do. I'm going to pause and ask for questions. We've been here long, but by the same token, much has happened in the last 36 hours that requires our attention. Colville?